So, I'm currently reading this book, and there was a specific scene that really stuck out to me. And it made me think about how, as writers, we often we'll write, right? We'll write a bunch of things within a story or a novel we're working on or even a poem. And we'll have all these ideas and we'll include it in our writing. But then when we go back to revise it, we will often omit a bunch of things because we think that it's too much, like it's too much fluff in the story or in the writing piece, right? But I think sometimes it's good to include fluff in your writing. And this can be translated to art as well. If you're a painter or you're a videographer, a director, fluff is more of a universal term, so it can be used in any scenario, really. Yeah, so basically what happened is I was reading a book and there was a scene where the protagonist was about to meet someone in the story, and that person would be introduced to the reader for the first time. And the way that the author wanted to portray this person is more in a boastful, negative way, like not really someone that you would want to be friends with, right? And instead of the author just saying that or portraying that more blatantly, like, oh, the reader didn't like this person, or just like describe them or whatever, the author curated this particular scene in a way where the character asked the protagonist a question. They had met up at like his office or whatever, and instead of the author going the route of kind of showing that the protagonist didn't like that character, the author wrote the story in a way where the protagonist had like a whole page of them just talking about why they didn't like this person. Like, they were describing them, but it was in such a detailed way that it really hit home that, at least to the protagonist, that this person is not a good person. And I really appreciated that because it just kind of allowed me to see from a different perspective that you can include a lot of detail within a certain scene of your movie or your book or whatever, even detail within your painting or drawing, things that may seem like, on the surface, it may seem like you're doing too much, but when it's all wrapped together, that extra scene, that extra fluff, that extra weight to the story or to this particular theme that you were trying to portray is really helpful. And I just wanted to say that for anyone out there that follows my channel, and you might be a writer or you're in some type of creative endeavor, like sometimes it's good to add that fluff and those extra details to the picture or those extra details to the scene, because it helps your audience grasp more of what you were trying to portray, right? Like, I know within art you want to leave a certain level of like mysticism, or like, maybe mysticism is not the right word, like a certain level of mystery, certain level of mystery within your art, because you don't want everything to be just straight up blatant, right? But adding that extra detail, sprinkling it in here and there, definitely enhances and enriches the overall piece as a whole. So I just wanted to share that, just in case anyone is on the fence about, I don't know if I should include this or not. Like, you gotta use your judgment. Sometimes fluff isn't needed, because I know like there's a debate sometimes with certain authors, like the protagonist's soliloquy or a monologue can be very drawn out and long, especially within classical novels. But sometimes it really does help to not only portray what the protagonist or the character is thinking, but also help you get a better view of the world that the author created for these characters. And then from there you can tap into your own imagination for whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah.